Welcome, Pokemon players, to another episode of Discount Pokemon Decks. I'm really excited to show you this deck, and I know I say that a lot, but I am. This is another one that so far is just outperforming expectations, and for a couple reasons. There's just so many reasons I really like this deck. I'm trying to think of which one to mention first. Maybe I should just talk about the deck, and then I'll talk about why I'm so excited about it. I talked about this card Garbodor before from the new set, the Guardians set, and I think it's a good card. I think it's a flawed card. This Trash Avalanche damage is just too easy to use. 1 energy, does 20 damage for item cards. The game is predicated on item cards. It should have been a little bit more. It should have been more expensive attack. If you kind of switch these two, make the first one Acid Spray, maybe a little less damage. Single energy, okay. Flip a coin if heads, discard an energy. That's fine. 20 damage. And then Trash Avalanche here. Or make it, cap it, make it 10 times. 20 seems a lot. And especially when there's no real way to get item cards out. There are ways to get item cards out of your discard pile. But it's not easy. And there's few cards that can do it. And you don't really make decks around that. So it seems like it's a very cheesy card. And I didn't like it. And if you made a deck of it, or you're facing against a deck with Garbodor, the one easy way to beat it is to not put any item cards in there, if you can. Most likely you can avoid it, especially if it's like early on in the game. It's pretty easy. Just don't put them in there. Just use your ends or whatever. Garbodor will attack you for almost no damage, so you don't have to worry about that. And I kind of came across that when I was playing around with this card. Like, yeah, other people just not play item cards. And when I would face it with other decks, just slow down my item cards. Garbodor will do no damage, and then I'll just be able to take it out entirely. So I was like, oh, all right, I guess that kind of stinks. You have this card that's kind of broken, but there's ways to get around it. It's kind of like one of those things when you have to alter the way you play. And I thought about that, and I go, well, that's the weakness to this card. Can we change the weakness? And I stumbled across this, and this is bringing me to the focal point and why I'm so excited. This is a Garbodor Bunnelby deck, okay? So it sounds like the dumbest idea. It sounds like the craziest idea, but it works. I'm telling you, this deck it works. The two concepts. So here's the idea. Your opponent may see Garbodor and may not put item cards in there. And if he doesn't, you use Bunnelby to get them in there and force them in there. And that's what this deck's about. The focal point is milling elements plus Garbodor's Trash Avalanche attack. So what you want to do is force your opponent to put as many cards as he can in discard. Bunnelby is an easy way. It's a no-brainer. Two cards of your opponent's deck goes straight into his discard. And most decks are about, let me just look at this deck. Here's a good example. So there's 40 trainer cards, and eyeballing them, I'd say about 25 to 30. So in a normal deck, somewhere between 25 30. So we're talking like 40 to 50% of a deck is item cards. And you may have more depending on the deck. So, you have a 50-50 chance. So you're putting 1 in per turn with the Bunnelby. And eventually that's going to add up, obviously. So you have 2 or 3. But we also have elements like Team Rocket's Handiwork. So this averages, again, 2 per turn. And again, so, we're just, let's say half. Okay, let's just say half of the cards. Because you're going to play cards, you're going to pull the item cards out, you may shuffle you're going to pull energy out and Pokemon out. And eventually your deck's going to be more item heavy, right? If you're using cards like Level Ball or whatever, if you're pulling energy out one way or the other, you're using Stadium, you're using your supporters, so let's just say 50-50. So for every card we have here, so this is going to put 1 in, each Bunnelby attack's going to get 1 in. So these milling elements help strengthen Garbodor. And there's one more I decided to put in, Delinquent. So if there's a Stadium in play, your opponent has to discard 3 cards from his hand. And this is great because if you think about it, if you think about your normal hand, all right, you're playing a game and someone plays Delinquent. Well, you're going to hold on to your supporter because you could use that to draw cards. Well, what happens if you have 4 or 5 cards, and 3 of them are item cards. That's 60 damage right there. This is pretty potent. So maybe I should have put 2 and 2 in here. I mean 4 Stadium and 2 Delinquent instead of the Team Rocket's Handiwork. But Team Rocket's Handiwork comes in a little bit later as I talk about this deck. But so that's our focal point. Our focal point is Trashalanche and Milling Elements. Bunnelby, Team Rocket's Handiwork, and Delinquent. Instead of letting the game the item cards naturally fall in there, let's force the action, right? There's some more synergy as well. Here's another one. It's not a milling element, but it will help get item cards in their Field Blower. Now think about this. Think about your favorite deck. How many tool cards are in your favorite deck right now? 2, 3, 4. There you go. Field Blower will throw 2 more of them in there. You probably have a couple of Floatstone in your favorite deck, or Experience Share, Fighting Fury Belt, Choice Band. Great. Put them on your Pokemon, Field Blower, and people don't even think about that, I think, sometimes when you play Garbodor. They'll just, I've got my Hoopa out. Let me put a Floatstone on. All right, well, we're going to get a Field Blower in there, and bang, that's going to be 20 to 40 damage right there. Another card that I like, or I've been liking these days, but hit or miss, is Lucky Helmet. Lucky Helmet, if you think about it, it's a tool. It goes on your Pokemon. Anytime your opponent attacks, you draw 2 cards. Now with Field Blower, it's smart. You play Field Blower, you knock it off, and then you attack, and it doesn't do anything, and you just wasted 3 spots in your deck. But if your opponent's scared to play Field Blower because it's going to do 20 more damage to Garbodor when it's my turn to attack, well, then Lucky Helmet is going to make its pull its weight here. I just played I came off a game that was so exciting. I turned to my wife and said, "How come I don't get these games when I record?" It was Lunala Solgaleo, 2 GXs, two different GXs. He had multiples in there, and I was playing, and he used I think Lunala's poison to skirt the Lucky Helmet. So there are ways to get around it. But I did win that match. It was very exciting. Came down to the bitter end. And, he had to use his item cards, or she had to use their item cards because, I put so much pressure on them. And I pressured them also with milling. So, hold on, before I get to that. So this deck is kind of like a hybrid deck. So it is, for the most part, a straight-up deck. It's not a mill deck per se, although it contains milling elements. But you can go into the mill area of winning if you need to, right? So if I'm playing a game and my opponent's going through his cards like crazy, I can switch and go full out milling because I have Team Rocket's Handiwork. I've got V-Seekers. I could pull these back in. I can even use Bunnelby to pull these guys, or pull V-Seeker to pull this back in my deck and go straight milling. So I added elements of energy disruption as well. And this also kind of forces your opponent to, if I'm discarding their energy, they're going to have to use a Super Rod. They're going to have to use Special Charge to get their energy back in. They may use Energy Retrieval or something like that. So again, the idea is to force them to use their cards, all their cards. And once they do, then Garbodor becomes really powerful. So that is the idea of this deck. And you can use it to mill. I think I've won about 2 games milling. Or get close to it, and you kind of force your opponent to start changing what they're doing. So you can use like the incapacitated active Pokemon with Lysandre, Field Blower to get those tools away, and then Bunnelby and mill away. So that is a strategy with this deck as well. Bunnelby also helps getting anything you need back in your deck. It's a useful card. I wish it were easier to tech into decks because, as I said before, there's no way to get item cards back in. And that's another thing that makes this deck special. If you're going the Garbodor versus Garbodor matchup, I can play my tool cards and then use Bunnelby and put them right back in my hand. And I had that. I had a Garbodor matchup where I had Bunnelby, and I just used like a Crushing Hammer, and I discard his energy, and I'd Bunnelby back in my hand, and then when he would attack, it wouldn't do anything, and I could infinitely remove his energy. And I think at some point I even had like V-Seeker and Team Flare Grunt. And there was nothing to do. He couldn't really attack me I couldn't really. I think he had some other Pokemon. Maybe he had Wobbuffet or something in that deck, but it was totally useless. I was able to dominate. So even in the mirror matchup with another Garbodor, this one will win because Bunnelby can pull these cards right back in your deck, and you're free to use whatever you want. So I'm very excited. I'm really hoping my streak of bad luck ends. I'm looking forward to playing some games and winning, and I hope you enjoy this deck. I hope these games come out as good as and as exciting as I've had off camera, so you can have see what this deck's really like. So we'll get to this first game right after a short break. All right, here we go. Ooh, interesting psychic matchup here. Let's see how we do. It would be cool if it's the Garbodor deck, so you can see what it's like. If not, I don't know. And it's all psychic too. What am I facing here? Gengar? Just Lunala? Mew? I really hope to catch the Garbodor mirror matchup. That is a cool one to catch with this deck. Yes, all right. This is almost what I want. Where's the draw element? So I gotta hope Trainers Mail gives me something to draw, and I don't mind going second because, especially with Bunnelby, because and not having Trubbish on my bench. So all right, so we're facing Mewtwo, so it's gonna be interesting with damage change, but he's got weakness, so that is in our favor. I'm trying to think what to play. I want to know what I have with this Trainer's Mail first. Or should I thin out my deck slightly? I mean, does it really matter? 47 or 45? Alright. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, there goes that. That is the downside of going second. You plan everything out, and someone plays an N, and then you got to plan it out again. All right, this is okay. I'm less happy. I'm okay with the N being here. I don't know if I'm going to use this Altar of the Moon or not, because then my opponent will have the option too. But I can start milling right away. If I get a level ball here, I'm going to put another Bunnelby down. And I'm not going to use my N. Instead, I'm going to mill him. And I want my opponent to not know what my... Oops, that would have been a mistake. Not know what my true intentions are yet. So he's going to see Bunnelby. I don't think he saw the... In my mulligan, I don't think he saw the Garbodor yet. So Team Rocket's handiwork. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I saw one go in there. So we're going to do 80 damage when we do get one of them. So I'm feeling pretty good. Nothing for us to... nothing to shuffle back in. Sometimes it's good to shuffle something in, like... all right. Well, we know what a stadium is now. Parallel City. Energy, good. Sometimes it's good to shuffle something like a Trainer's Mail back in or whatever. You don't necessarily want to do supporters, because you can use V-Seeker to pull him back in. But this is kind of the perfect matchup. Having the Bunnelbys out first and hiding your true intention. So I'm hoping to see like Rare Candy and some more tools here. Level Ball, Ultra Ball. I don't think there was a Garbodor in my hand in that mulligan. There you go, Ultra Ball. Use 2 item cards there. Because then I'm going to be one-shotting everything. And you can see here, it's going to be, at least with these 2 guys, most likely it's going to be 2 for 1, right? Yep. Who was that in there? Lunala. And he threw one in, so what's he pulling out? Oh, interesting. Maybe he's got another one in his hand. I sense an N coming. Maybe it's a Sycamore, I don't know. What does this guy do? Basic Pokemon has no abilities. Okay. Flip a coin. I mean, this is so disappointing. Chaos Tower, Confused and Poison. Alright, so Bunnelby is going to go away now. We're going to have the second Bunnelby. We're going to have to end and hope we get something on our bench. Yeah, more item cards. So 2, 4, 5, 6. So 120 doubled, 240. I'm basically one-shotting everything he has once I get these guys going. So that's the trick now, is getting my guys going. That is the only thing left here. The Bunnelbys have done their job. Now he is one-shotting me. And he'll one-shot everything too. But again, my hopes are I'm doing 2 for 1. And I'm only laying 1 energy down too. So I could stall here, but that would be dumb. Because if he just switches out, I'm toast. I am going to put this... I want it out of my deck. That's my reasoning. I know he can use it to retreat, but I think I'm going to be one-shotting everything, so I'm not too worried. Alright, so a basic Pokemon. We have one. A little scary here. But Bunnelby's here. Do I want anything back? Do we have enough? I think we have enough. 2, 4, 6. Is that it? 2, 4, 6? Yeah, so it's 120 and doubled if where applicable 240. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Let's just do this to be annoying now. Energy. Energy, alright. I'm scared I don't have enough bench Pokemon here. So, my opponent's smart. He could take this out, but again, it looks like I'm milling, so... That would be a good... if he Lysandred him. But, you know, I can pull him back in. I can end. Hopefully get some more Pokemon. Alright, there's another... 2 more item cards going. There's Lunala. It's going to move energy around. Max heal. Doesn't matter. As long as he doesn't Lysander this guy. Rare candy. There we go. Now I'd one-shot a Wailord for sure. Oh, Floatstone. There's an end. Okay. Not too happy with the end since I had the full setup in my hand. No. Okay. We can work with this. Most likely I will get something with the Sycamore. And I do have another basic, so... Alright, that's it. One shot everybody. You're so strong. Here we go. Alright. That's good. So, one more piece of the puzzle missing. To be annoying, we're going to play this. Nope. We're going to play that. We're going to play Sycamore here. All we need is 1 energy. Yes, alright, we made it. And we even got this. We got this guy. Let's... Man. Now I want to see him pull out a Garbodor. That would be cool. Yes, we want this end desperately. So we're pretty good here. So 1 shot, and now we're going to start drawing cards from here. In the original version of this, I did have a town map, 360. So that I could get what I needed from there. Good. Another Trubbish. That's good. I mean, the one thing I'm scared about is him knocking me out. Because he could, you know, probably one-shot me as well. But I think he's done here. Yeah, he's offering me a Muck sacrifice. And I'm going to Lysander his pretty card instead. And that's going to be game over. So... Just need a little time to set up. So you see why I have some of the energy disruption. Just kind of slow your opponent down a little bit. Force them to use some of their cards. Oh, I don't want to see an N. Really? So upsetting. So again, I don't know what I'm going to pick up here. Alright, this is good. And the Field Blower, so we'll get rid of that. I don't have the Lysander. Oh, there we go. That was quick. All right, so that game is in the books. All right, that game in the books. It was a Psychic deck, so maybe a little cheating. We'll go with heads. And if I win it, I'm going to pass. No, I can't believe they switched yes and no there. But yeah, so you can kind of see how this deck works. Get that Bunnelby out. So my true intentions are being known. I should put the old Trubbishes in. But this one does discard a card, so it does help out in the cause. Oh, alright. Alright. Okay. Liking this. So let's see how we do against a deck without weakness. I mean, even if not, it was 360 with weakness, so it was 180 without. Not bad, right? For single energy, stage 1. I mean, sometimes you have to think about your decks that way. Like, you make a deck and you fall in love with the card, and you go, how much damage is this card really doing? Interesting, Bridget. That's an interesting combo. You know, I guess if you were going to less discount this deck, throw a couple of these in, and then you can get all your cards right down. Although then you kind of lose the 2-for-1 trade, but it's a nice combo. I like that. All right. So we are facing Ninetales today. Bunnelby. All right. What am I going to go with here? I'm going to go with the Trubbish. So I have one of each. And I'll play it that way. So Trubbish goes on my bench. Lucky Helmet on my active. I'm going to play the Stadium. And I'm going to Lysandre here. Because I think I'm going to play Sycamore next turn. So if I Lysandre now. And now who do I pick? Do I pick the Octillery or the Tapu Lele? I'm going to go with the Tapu Lele. Just, I don't know. Maybe I should have gone with the Remoraid. I don't know. I went to Tapu Lele. I figure maybe I can get some more damage on him. And I'll get the 2 cards instead of the 1. You tend to put a Floatstone or Octillery. Maybe he'll attack me. I'll get some cards. The Lucky Helmet. All right. Oh, that was good. He just played a Sycamore, and Aqua Patch went into the discard, which is good. Oh, all right. That's a bummer. So, but he did use an item card. That's good. All right, another item card. So Lucky Blower, Field Blower, Aqua Patch. Oh, another item card. So wait, he used the, and he doesn't even get anything from it. That's just so odd. So he played a dive ball, a Trainer's Mail to a dive ball, and he didn't get anything from it. So let's see here. Oh, and another item card. All right, let's see if he plays this or if he's going to hold it in his hand or not. No, he's going to play it. All right, so he did have the Floatstone anyway, so it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if I put it on the Remoraid or not. Interesting. So he would have put it on the Octillery anyway. So maybe we made him waste that. Oh, all right. A level ball there. Sudowoodo goes away. Ultra Ball, excuse me, not level ball. So another item card. Jeez, we have our opponent's powering up for us. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. All right, so we can evolve, and the question is, who do I evolve? I think. I mean, I could hold off and play the Team Rocket's Handiwork and evolve and see how it goes from there, or I could do the Sycamore. So let's. Which one? Which one would you do? All right, so I'm going to play Team Rocket's Handiwork here. We'll discard some cards, and now I can choose which one to put my Garbodor down, and I think I'm going to put on the active. All right, so I'll put on my bench Pokemon here, because, yeah, no, that makes sense. Because I can't play the Sycamore, so I don't want my guy knocked out. All right, another item card. Let's go. Go item cards, yes. All right, but it's powering up his Pokemon. Oh, another item card. Holy cow. So, yeah, Sycamore, great choice if you're going to play that. You might as well get the best bang for the buck. So my opponent looking to knock me out. I mean, I can see it from my opponent's perspective. I got 3 little dinky cards here. One's a Bunnelby. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. So he's going to snipe off my bench. He's going after the Garbodor, probably what I would do. I think I'm going to put the energy on my active, use a Sycamore, and I should be able to get... No, I strike out here, but there is a Trainer's Mail on my bench, so can I get an Ultra Ball with this Trainer's Mail? No, Level Ball, Lucky Helmet. I think I'm going to go with the Lucky Helmet, or maybe the Level Ball. Let me think about that. I mean, he's going to skip over my active Pokemon anyway, so, but I might as well just go with the Lucky Helmet. In the hopes that he might attack. And I'll put on the active because he has the energy on it. So if he wants to knock out my active, it's gonna cost him 2 cards to me. So, but I mean, this is an interesting situation. He doesn't have enough to one-shot anyone, and actually the Garbodor on my bench is gonna take 3 shots. So, what do you do here? They're all just out of reach, which is good for me. Alright, he's got a second Pokemon on his bench powered up. Alright, Ice Blade again. Alright, so he's going after my one evolved Pokemon. What do I play here? Sycamore. Let's get our... No! The luck. Where's the luck on? All right, Field Blower here. Get rid of that Float Stone. Might as well another item card in there. I think I should... All right, let's play the Stadium here. That way I can retreat if I want. And, yeah, I'll put the Bunnelby as active. Because I can't play any energy. I don't know if that was the best move. I probably should have waited a turn. Well, let me put this Bunnelby on my bench first. I probably should have waited a turn and then done that. But he's going to get knocked out anyway. So, and I can place an energy on him. So my opponent's smart. He'll knock out. And there goes the Stadium too. So I don't know. That was not a great play by yours truly. I think he's going to knock him out. Yep. All right, and I've got a Bunnelby as my active, so this has gone all kinds of wrong here. So what do? Do I put an energy on my Bunnelby? Do I just get rid of his Stadium? I mean, look, he's only got 5 prize cards here. So let's get rid of his Stadium. Make him discard some more. Because, you know, I feel like I have a little bit of time here. Put an energy on our Bunnelby. He's down to 19 cards. Do I need anything from my discard? I don't think so. I can't really do anything else this turn. So I might as well discard some of his cards here while I have it. Or... maybe I should have put a Garbodor back. Maybe I should have put the Trubbish Garbodor back in my deck. So we'll see here what my opponent does. He's still, he's still 2 turns away from knocking anyone out. So I can always put an extra energy on that Bunnelby and retreat if I get a Garbodor in my hand. So I'm not too worried here. Oh, well, now he can knock out the Bunnelby if he wants, which I'm kind of okay with. It kind of solves a problem there because now I don't have to waste an energy on him to retreat him. Obviously, we'll go with the Trubbish with the Lucky Helmet, I think. I think that's the better choice. Still, I mean, the good thing about playing... let's get a Lucky Helmet, on the one that has energy. And get this energy off. Good thing about playing a deck without any EX or GX cards is... Sycamore is the obvious choice here. It may take a while for your opponent to knock you out, so... Yes, all right. Garbodor is there. Power up our Trubbish. Trashlands, how much is this going to do? Wait, let's see. Is there anything else I should play? Maybe the Trainer's Mail? No, let's do it. Woo! 280. Bing, bing. Yes. Oh, and that's nice. Get rid of that energy on the next one. Although I am one-shotting him. Do I even need that? I don't know. It doesn't look good from here. Oh. I would have liked the a double colorless on that guy. All right. I still need... Well, I'm still not out of it yet. I'm going to draw 2 cards here. Thank goodness. I need another Garbodor. There we go. And we'll put the one with the Lucky Helmet as our active. Alright. So now I need to make sure I get another Garbodor. Because now I've got the game won. Because I'm going to knock out his next guy and the guy after. So I need a... Oh, there we go. Yeah, Super Rod. So I take the Super Rod. And I put some Garbodor back in my deck. Let's see what we have here. Because all I need is one more Garbodor, I think. Yeah, let's increase the chances. Put both. Put an energy. Why not? And I do need to get an Ultra Ball in my hand. I'm going to... You know what? If I play this now, the Sycamore... Because really, I'm going to one-shot this guy. And there's really not much left. All I need to do is get one Pokemon here. And I think I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to play my Stadium too. I'm going to play the Sycamore because I want to get one of those Garbodors. I'm not scared about decking out. I have a Bunnelby. There we go. I got it. And look at this. I pick up the 2 hammers on top of it. So I can even go after... Oh, come on. Let's go. Loosen this up. Yes, all right. So we will loosen that up. I think this game is pretty much in the books. So a little iffy there at a point. It didn't look like my opponent was starting to pick off my bench. And there we go. So there's a victory here. And game number 2 in the book. So, all right. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do any more recording. But I think you get an understanding of exactly how well this deck does. You know, again, you want to use these Bunnelby elements and any other discard elements to force your opponent's item cards in there. And then once you do Garbodor, this is just a walk in the park. There is a little, little difficulty. Sometimes he can snipe you off the bench. Sometimes getting the Garbodor is tougher. You may want to tweak some of this. I mean, I kind of like the level ball, Ultra Ball thing. Maybe I would go like 3-3 here. Maybe I would get rid of the Lucky Helmet and throw some random receivers. That might be a little better choice. There's some choices here, but I think the general framework is pretty good, and I think the idea works really well. So I hope you enjoy this, and until next time. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you'll know when our next video is released. Also, check out our playlists where you can find videos by topics like mill decks or cheap EX decks.